So listen. So in last class, we are discussed about the concepts related to discharge of instrument and discharge of party to instrument. So till to date, what are the concepts we are discussed? First of all, introduction to the negotiable instrument, intro, right? So introduction, what are the concepts? Sir? Introduction, right? So the people are joining. So introduction to the negotiable instrument. Wait. Introduction to negotiable instruments. This is the one concept. Another concept we discussed about the types of negotiable instruments. And next we discussed about the types of endorsements and rules related to that. And rules. So after that we have discussed about crossing of a check. And after that we have discussed about section 138 and section 143A. Dishonor of a check. And after dishonor, what is the dishonor of a check? Dishonor. So dishonor of a check with insufficient funds. Insufficient funds. After that, what are the consequences in court of law? The new added section. So after that, we have discussed about a discharge. Discharge of instrument and discharge of party to instrument. So these are the various topics we are discussed till to date. So we know about what is introduction, what is promissory note, bills of exchange, check, what is the differences, and what are the characteristics, what are the definitions related to that. Types of negotiable instrument, time instrument, demand instrument, bearer instrument, order instrument, inland instrument, foreign instrument, in-court instrument, escrow instrument. Like the various types we have discussed, the types of endorsement rules. Endorser is liable to all subsequent endorses. Endorser is liable not only the instrument amount is liable for expenses for dishonor also. So endorser is liable whenever he receives a notice of a dishonor, and after the types of endorsement, full endorsement, blank endorsement, facultative endorsement, restrictive endorsement, sans report, sans price. Okay, sir, like that, these are the concepts we had discussed in the last class. Okay, so those are the concepts we had discussed. After that, crossing of a check to draw two parallel transitive lines related to the check. Okay, sir. On top of this crossing, you are receiving the money in the only account, not through. Only in account, not through in through counter. We are not able to receive it like that. We are concept discussed. Also, wait for 1 minute. So listen. So instruction discharge of instrument and crossing of a check to draw two parallel transitive lines on the face of the check. In that particular crossing, general crossing, special crossing, not negotiable crossing, and account payee crossing, that concepts we are discussed. After that, dishonor in so many ways. Dishonor of non-acceptance, dishonor of insufficient funds are also there. Also, in case of dishonor, in case of insufficient funds, then section 138 is applicable. What is the procedure? We can discuss one chart more. After that, whenever you can file a case in case of dishonor situations, then court will take an action. Minimum 20% amount can be deposited. Means compensation, interim compensation. This is a new section was introduced. This is a concept we have discussed. After that, discharge of instrument situation, discharge of party to instrument situations. These are the concepts we have discussed till to date. So today we are discussed about the concept related to one of the important concept related to that is nothing but different type of parties related to instrument, this concept, and negotiable instruments are drawn. Negotiable instruments are drawn without consideration. And after that, negotiation and assignment. Negotiation and assignment, negotiable. So now after that, the liability of different parties. Liability of parties in case of negotiable instruments. And last one is acceptance related concept. These are the few concepts are left in case of negotiable instrument act. Now we have discussed about negotiable instruments are made without consideration. Made without consideration. Negotiable instruments are made without consideration. Listen carefully. So here, X draw the instrument. Yes, draw the instrument. Draw the bills of exchange. That bill is endorsed to Y. That bill is given to Y. Y is accepted. Then X is called as a drawer of the instrument, and Y is called as a drawee of the instrument. Okay. Then is generally is nothing but creditor. Acceptance means he is liable to pay. Generally, he is data. So after that, then now X is the holder of the instrument. X is the holder. Then X has a right. He can endorse the instrument to A. A endorse the instrument to B. Like that endorsement is permissible or not? Yes. So X endorse the instrument to A without consideration. Without consideration. Or A endorse the instrument to B without consideration. Generally, what is the basic assumption of negotiable instruments? Negotiable instruments are drawn, made, endorsed, everything with consideration. There is a basic presumption of a negotiable instrument. But in this scenario, the next draw the instrument, Y is accepted. There is a consideration between these two, no doubt at all. He draw the instrument, he is delivered to the acceptor accepted, and he returned to X. X endorsed the instrument with A without consideration, A endorsed the instrument to B without consideration. As on due date, B approves to Y, the bill is a dishonor. The bill is a dishonor. So in this particular situation, then B can show on A, can show on X is permissible or not permissible? It is not permissible. Why? Because B obtain the instrument without consideration. Whenever there is no consideration, there is no contract, there is no obligation between the parties. If any person obtain the instrument without consideration, the party is not having any right, to show on all prior parties. So not to show on prior parties, sir. Clear, sir? Whenever you are obtain the instrument without consideration, that instrument cannot create any obligation. This is a situation made without consideration. And also, sir, next. And also, sir, you know about accommodation bill. Accommodation. Suppose A and B, A is required money. Then what happened? A, B के पास गए. He requested B, अरे B, please give a money to me. After 1 month, I will pay the money. After 1 month, I will receive my business amount. Then B said that mere paas money nahi hai. I'm also not having money. Then we do one thing. What is that? You draw a bill on me. You draw a bill on me. I accept that particular bill. Okay. Then you can discounting that particular bill. You discount the bill, discounting of bills at bank. At the bank, bank will pay the money as on due date. As on due date, we can repay the money to bank. Why? Because after 1 month, obviously you will receive your business amount. No, you will pay money to the bank. So like that, there is accommodation bills in the business world and the bills of exchange. This is also one of the criteria you can raise the funds. Okay, sir. So in this scenario, sir, then this instrument is endorsed to B. He endorsed to C without consideration. Without consideration, as on due date, C can approach B. B cannot fail. B failure to pay. C cannot chew on B. C cannot chew on A. C cannot chew on B also. Sorry, sir. Here X Y. You can take like that. X Y. So why can chew on B? No. Why can chew on X? No. Why can chew on A? No. Why? Because here the instrument is drawn without consideration. So whenever instrument is drawn without consideration, instrument is made without consideration, instrument is endorsed without consideration, whatever may be the situation. Okay, sir. The other party is not having any right to sue, right to take an action against that particular part. No right of accommodated party to recover from the accommodating party. In this scenario, sir, he is not having any right to sue on this particular party. This party is not having right to sue on this particular party. Why? Because bills are drawn without consideration. You are not having any right to sue. Clear? This is a primary discussion. Negotiable instruments are made without consideration. Okay. So another situation. I can ask one example. You can answer it. What is that? You can answer it. Sorry, sir. P. Sorry. So P draw the bill. P draw the bill on Q. He draw the bill on Q. Sir. Then he is a drawer. Then he is a drawing. Okay. Q accept the bill. Sir, as on due date, listen, as on due date, P approach to Q. Are you liable to pay this much amount or you will pay? Q is failure to pay, dishonor of non-payment. Then P, what's a P went to the court, file a case. Obviously, no, file a case against Q for payment of 10,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees bill. He draw the bill 10,000 rupees and he accepted is liable to pay as on due date. As on due date, P approached Q failed to pay, then he went to the court file a case. So what happened in this court of law? In the court of law, Q proves that the bill was drawn or made for a consideration of 7,000 only, not for 10,000 rupees. Okay, so here what happens? Q proved that the bill was accepted for a value of 7,000, not for 10,000. Okay, sir. Now what is that? In this scenario, P is entitled to recover how much amount? 10,000 rupees or 7,000 rupees? 10,000 rupees or 7,000 rupees, sir? Sir, here in this situation, P can recover only 7,000 rupees only, not 10,000, even though bill is drawn for 10,000 rupees. What is that, sir? Here, even though bill is drawn for 10,000 rupees, Partial absence or failure, partial absence of consideration. So consideration is there, but not total consideration, the partial absence of consideration. In this scenario, you can receive only 7,000 rupees, not 10,000 rupees. Okay, so everyone is clear for this example general. 7,000 rupees. Another example, same scenario, another example. Listen carefully. So listen carefully. So listen. Why draw a bill? Why this person he draw the bill on Jet rupees 5,000 rupees. He is a drawer and he is a drawer. Jet accepted. What happened subsequently? It is dishonor by non-payment. Then why went to the court, file a case against Jet? File a case against Jet. Okay. So in this scenario, sir, same same. Judge, same sir, judge prove that the instrument is drawn for only 3,000. He proved in the court of law. Okay, sir. Then in this scenario, judge is recover how much? Means why is recover how much amount, sir? 3,000 only. Why? Because the instrument is drawn for 5,000, but what happens, sir? You prove in the court of law the consideration is only 3,000, not 5,000. So this type of situations when happened in case of accommodation, both the parties are required money. Then one party draw the bill, one party accepted. They can receive the money, they can discount the instrument, they can receive the money share among themselves. As on due date, then he is liable. Yes, sir, he is recovered from that particular party. How much amount is paid to this? That much amount we can recover, not total instrument amount. Why? Because the instrument is a partial absence of consideration. So first example we discuss without consideration. First scenario, first concept. Whenever the instrument is made, drawn, endorsed without consideration, you are not having any right to receive any amount. But second scenario, we draw the instrument, but not without consideration, with consideration, but a partial consideration. But what law clearly says that, so whatever the consideration, partial consideration, that much consideration only you have a right to receive. Clear, sir? Everyone is clear? The bill is drawn without consideration. Bill is drawn with consideration, but partial consideration only received, not all the amount. Clear? Everyone is clear? So this is important for examinations. So another situation is there, right? One more important point. We draw the instrument. Q accepted. Instrument value 10,000 rupees. P endorse the instrument to Q without consideration. Without consideration. Q endorse the instrument to R with consideration. R endorse the instrument to S. A. P endorse the instrument to A without consideration. A endorse the instrument to R with consideration. R endorse the instrument to S with consideration. S endorse the instrument to B without consideration. So as on due date, he can approve the drawing. Drawing failure to pay. It is a dishonor, non-payment. Then B can show on. B can show on who? B can show. So B can show or not? B can show on whom, sir? B can show on P, Q, sir, P, A, R, S. B can show on whom? P can show on which person? So listen carefully. Here B can obtain the instrument without consideration. Whenever any party obtain the instrument without consideration, this party is not having any right to sue. This party is not having any right to sue on any prior party. Even though you are be the holder, but you are obtain the instrument without consideration, you are not having any right to sue. But yes, sir, in this scenario, SS not endorsed to B, no concept of B. Then S approached the drawee for payment. Drawee failed to pay. Then S can sue on P, R, A. Obviously, sir. Whenever the party obtain the instrument with consideration, that party has a right to sue on prior parties. This is a basic point related to the consideration. Whenever you are obtain the instrument without consideration, whenever you obtain the instrument with consideration, you have a right to sue on prior parties. Without consideration, you have a right to sue on. You are not having any right to sue on any prior parties. So while you discussed about this particular situation, we will discuss about the important person. The person name is called as holder in due course. सर हु इज होल्डर इन ड्यू कोर्स इसका मतलब क्या है सर लिसन लिसन केयरफुली the three conditions you have to satisfy the person who satisfies the three conditions then that person is called as holder in due course who is that person so listen so any person so I am not talking about xyz any person obtain the instrument for value means consideration. So any person obtain the instrument for consideration. First condition. Second condition. So the person obtain the instrument. Person obtain the instrument before the date of maturity. Before the date of maturity. So you can obtain the instrument, every instrument is having some due dates. Then within the due date only, before the date of maturity only, the person can obtain the instrument. Last one is the person good faith, obtain the instrument with the good faith. So good faith means he doesn't know what are the previous defects, what are the previous defaults. He doesn't know anything, is an ordinary, prudent and natural, innocent person. He can obtain the instrument. These three conditions are satisfied. Then at that point of situation, at that point of scenario, that person who obtained the instrument for consideration, who obtained the instrument before the date of maturity, who obtained the instrument for value, who obtained the instrument with the good faith, such person is called as holder in due course. That person is called as holder in due course. Sir, what is good faith? इसका मतलब क्या है sir? Listen carefully. What is good faith concept? Basically, it is, sir, listen. X is a drawer. He draw the bill sent to Y. Y accepted is a drawing. So X endorse the instrument to A, sir. Then X is the endorser. Okay, listen. X is the endorser. Over A is the endorsee. But what happened? A lost that instrument. A lost the instrument. Who find B finds that instrument. Okay, now B transfer the instrument to C for value. consideration. Before due date. Before due date. So as on due date, what happened? C approach Y for payment. Y is failure to pay dishonor. So what is my doubt here? Then now, whenever the instrument is done dishonor, C can show on whom? So C can show on B, C can show on A, C can show on X or not. He can show or not. So first of all, C is a holder in due course or not. You can analyze HDC. Who is holder in due course? First condition, he can obtain the instrument for value consideration. Yes, sir. Second condition, sir, before the date of maturity. Yes, sir. Third condition, sir, C know that B is a finder of the instrument, or B find the instrument on road, or B theft the instrument. Sir, C know about that what what is happening. C is an innocent person. C doesn't know about that. C is thinking that B is the owner of the instrument and then B deliver the instrument. So that concept is called as good faith. He doesn't know about previous defaults. He doesn't he doesn't know about previous defaults. That is nothing but good faith. Then three conditions are satisfied. Then that person is called as whom, sir? That person is called as holder in due course. Then now, what are the advantages related to the holder in due course? The holder in due course is advantage. Holder in due course show on any prior party. कोई भी prior party में holder in due course has a right to show. That is a advantage given to the holder in due course. And also, sir, so that is nothing but good faith, sir. Means he doesn't know what are the previous defaults. Previous owner obtained the instrument theft. Previous owner obtained the instrument by applying coercion. Previous owner obtained the instrument. Find out the instrument on the road. It doesn't matter. I don't know what is happening previously. I'm an innocent person. I thought that the person who transferred the instrument is the real owner. That is nothing but good faith. So इसमें three conditions are satisfied हुआ तो then that person is called as holder in due course. Now, so here holder in due course. So what is the importance of holder in due course? What is the advantage? What is the privileges? What are the privileges related to holder in due course? What is the privileges given to the holder in due course? Holder in due course के लिए what are the advantages are there? So, first advantage, first and foremost advantage. What is the advantage to the holder in due course? First advantage. So holder in due course can show on any prior party. Any prior party. So holder in due course show on any prior party. In this example, what we have discussed here, then C is a holder in due course. He can show on B, he can show on A, he can show on X. No, sir, yes, A cannot deny. No, I lost my instrument. B is not a owner. How you can show? It's no one cannot deny like that. Holder in due course is having one of the advantage. What is that? He can show on any prior party. Any prior party, sir, he can show on any prior parties are one of the advantages given to the holder in due course. Another advantage. Holder in due course. So listen. So holder in due course gets good title. Good title. Even prior parties are having defective title. Prior parties are having defective title. So even prior parties are having defective title. It doesn't matter to the holder in due course. Holder in due course can get a good title. So best example in this particular example, B is not having good title. So what we have studied, sir, you are having good title, then only you can transfer the good title. You are having good defective title, you can transfer defective title only. That is what we have studied in earlier classes in Sale of Goods Act. Nemo dot quad quad non-habit means whatever the title you have, you can transfer the same title to the other party. This may B is having defective title, then you can transfer defective title only, but not like that. If you are a holder in due course, even though prior party is having defective title, no, you should get the good title. There is another advantage given to the holder in due course. Yes, sir. Holder in due course get the good title, even prior parties are having defective title. Clear? Another advantage to the holder in due course. So you know about in-court instrument, in-court, incomplete instrument. So incomplete means just you can sign and stamp. Remaining details are completely incomplete or partially incomplete. There is nothing but in-court instrument. So in case of in-court instrument, you are not mentioned the amount. So if you are a holder in due course has an authority. Holder in due course is having an authority. What is authority, sir? Holder in due course. So holder in due course is having an authority. Wait, sir. Wait. Sir, listen. So holder in due course is here. Holder in due course, incomplete instrument. Holder in due course is having an authority. What is authority? So he can fill up to stamp value. So only holder in due course is having a right, he can fill up to stamp value. Other than holder in due course, they can recover only the transaction amount only, not value of a stamp. But holder in due course has a right, he can recover up to value of a stamp also. This is one of the privilege is given to the holder in due course. And also, sir, another important. So even though previous parties are receiving the instrument without consideration, holder in due course can sue on all prior parties also. This holder in due course sue on all prior parties. These are all our privileges, advantages related to the holder in due course. Now I can show what is the importance related to the holder in due course. Right. So listen, holder in due course. Who is holder in due course? So listen, sir, observe that particular diagram. The person obtained the instrument for consideration. He took the instrument for a value. Value means consideration. Consideration is there. And good faith. Good faith means he's a good person. He's a nice person. He doesn't know about whatever the previous defaults. Previously, he tapped the instrument. Previously, he obtained the instrument. Previous, whatever means the situation, whatever the defects, I'm not take care about that. I'm an innocent person, and he obtained the instrument before maturity. Then at that point of situation, that these three conditions are satisfied. Then these three conditions are satisfied. Wait. Then these three conditions are satisfied. Then at that point of situation, that person, this particular person is called as HDC, holder in due course. Okay. Yes. What are the privileges related to the holder? Privilege means benefit. What are the benefit related to the holder in due course? Better title than the transfer to what we are discussing. So even though previous person is having defective title, holder in due course gets a good title or not? Yes, better title than that of transfer. Free from all defects. Instrument cured all defects. Yes. Right to recover money in case of in-court instrument. Yes, in-court instrument. Other parties sell only instrument amount, but holder in due course has a right to receive up to stamp value. This is another advantage. Total amount covered by the stamp on negotiable instrument. Okay, and also no effect on conditional deliveries. If any conditional delivery means without consideration, or whatever it may be, then holder in due course has a right to sue. For holder in due course, all prior parties are liable or not, he can sue on any prior party. If you receive the instrument with consideration, without, it doesn't matter to me. I am a holder in due course. I can take action against each and every prior party. Or is a negotiable instrument made without consideration also, even he can recover any amount from the other party. Unlawful means also no problem. Defective title also you can get the good title. Clear as everyone is clear. It is a holder in due course and instruments are made without consideration. Instruments are so next important concept in case of negotiable instrument. What is that? So negotiation and assignment. What is negotiation and what is assignment? Negotiation. So what is the negotiation? Simple, sir. Negotiation means transfer of negotiable instrument. So transfer of negotiable instrument by any other person, one person to another person. So for one person to another person, so X transfer the instrument to Y, then Y becomes the holder. This concept is called as a negotiation. So generally, this negotiation is broadly classified. Well, listen to this. Generally, this negotiation is broadly classified. Negotiation. Negotiation. Broadly classified into two types. So negotiation by delivery. Another one is a negotiation by endorsement and delivery. These are the two concepts we have discussed already. Negotiation by delivery in case of bearer instrument, you wanted to transfer a bearer instrument from one person, just you can deliver to the other party, then you can transfer it. It's called as negotiation by delivery. Okay, sir. Negotiation by endorsement and delivery, sir. Order instruments are their pay name is mentioned. How you can transfer? Just you can mention endorses to person Y and sign like that, like that. That is called as endorsement and delivery. Okay, sir. This is nothing but negotiations broadly classified into these are the two situations. Sir, this delivery or endorsement delivery generally, sir, generally, what is that? From one person to another person, this negotiation is broadly two ways also. One is conditional, another one is unconditional. Conditional is called as qualified. Qualified. Unconditional is called as unqualified. Whenever in case of conditional delivery, conditional negotiation, instruments are delivered conditionally a special purpose only. So in this scenario, compulsory should fulfill the condition. Okay, sir. That is the reason why whenever they put the conditions on that, conditions on the compulsory should means to fulfill that particular conditions. Clear as there is nothing but negotiation, general concept, transfer of instrument. But here, sir, in case of negotiation, okay, sir, what is the presumption? Instrument is transferred to other party. What is my assumption? Consideration, with consideration only I can transfer it. Okay, so after that we will discuss about assignment. So what is assignment, sir? It is not assignment what we are in examination, not like assignment, sir. Not like assignment means, so a transfer of immovable property from one person to another person. How you can transfer immovable property? Here also documents only you can transfer. So documents only you can transfer from one person to another person. Immovable property, land and building, you cannot give a land and building to the other party. Whenever assignment means transfer of means immovable property from one person to another person, how you can transfer? By delivering documents related to that, by delivering instrument related to that property. So that is generally sir, negotiation and assignment situation. So listen carefully. Transfer of negotiable instruments. What is transfer of negotiable instruments generally? So, transfer by negotiation, how just you can mere delivery, or how pay to Mr. B. Endorsement and delivery. Like that, there is a two concepts in case of negotiation. Just you can transfer the instrument. How you can transfer just by giving delivery or by endorsement and delivery. You can that is nothing but negotiation. What is assignment? Whenever you can transfer the immovable property to the other party, it is not possible to give a property to the other party. What you will do, sir? You can give a documents related to the parties. Okay, sir. Registered documents. So registered document that is called as a registration is required, then that is called as assignment. So negotiable instrument endorser and endorser like the parties are there, but assignment there's two parties assign or and assign. Yes, sir. This is the difference between the negotiation and assignment. What is meaning, sir? Make a such instrument is transferred. It's nothing but to receive the payment of the instrument. So consideration is a presumed, sir. Obviously, whenever the instrument is given to the party, what is my basic assumption? Consideration is there. Promissory note is drawn, bill is drawn, check is made. Then what is the intentions? The instruments are made with consideration only. But in case of assignment, the consideration must be proved. Why? Because you know about in between the family members, family member can transfer the property to the child. Parent can transfer the property. Wife can transfer the property to husband. Then in this scenario, what is the benefit to the husband? What is the benefit to wife? What is the benefit to the parent? What is the benefit to child? Child property is benefit. What is the benefit to the parent? Like that here in case of assignment, consideration may or may not. Okay, so then you have to prove in the court of law there is a consideration. So how it can be transferred, sir? By delivery, by endorsement and delivery. Here, written and registered documents you can be transferred. So negotiable instruments only they can negotiate. Other than negotiable instrument, you can transfer. No. So bill is transferred to other party that is called as negotiation. Check is transferred, negotiation. Promise note is transferred, negotiation. A property documents are transferred, that is not negotiation, that is assignment. Negotiable instruments are transferred, that called as negotiation. Other than negotiable instruments are transferred, that is called as assignment. This is the difference between negotiation and assignment. Okay, so this is the concepts we are discussed. Clear, sir? Anyone is clear? Sir, what we are discussed is that instruments are drawn or made without consideration. Without consideration. And after that, we are discussed about holder in due course and what are the privileges related to. Privileges means advantages related to the HDC. After that, what we have discussed? We have discussed about the negotiation and assignment. What is the differences between the assignment and negotiation? Clear? These concepts are completed. Now, now, sir, what we are discussed, sir, what concepts are left? Remind me, sir. So introduction is completed. What are the concepts are left, sir? Here, parties to negotiable instrument. Out of that, parties to negotiable instrument. Out of that, parties HDC is completed. Remaining parties we will discuss. Negotiable instruments are drawn without consideration completed. Negotiation and assignment is completed. Now, liability of parties related to the negotiable instrument and acceptance concept. These are the two concepts are left. Listen. Wait one minute. Why, sir? So listen, now we are discussing about the liabilities of various parties to negotiable instruments. What are the various parties? Sir, you know about that. In case of negotiable instruments, what be the parties? Drawer is there, drawee is there, endorser is there, endorsee is there, holder is there, holder in due course is there, and next one is the drawee in case of need is there, drawee in case of need is there, and also acceptor for honor is there. So like that, these are the various parties in case of negotiable instrument. So in this each and every instrument, what is the liability to each and every party? We will discuss about the what are the liabilities to each and every party. Then the parties related liabilities are completed. Okay, listen. Liability of drawer. So drawer generally, sir, drawer liability is a secondary liability. He is not liable, sir. Why? Because first of all, drawee is liable. So drawee fail you to pay, then you can demand drawer, no? Why? Because that is the reason why the liability of the drawer is primary whenever drawee is not accepted, secondary whenever drawee is accepted. When drawee accept the instrument, drawer liability is the secondary liability. Drawee cannot accept the instrument, drawer liability is the primary liability. Obviously, yes, no? Then what is the liability of the drawer here? Bills of exchange gets dishonor, yes, dishonor, non-payment dishonor, non-acceptance dishonor, whatever may be the situation, check gets dishonor, liability to holder primary. Okay, sir. Then what is, sir, in this scenario, sir? Listen carefully. Liability of the holder drawer is a secondary liability in case of bills of exchange. Non-acceptance, primary liability. That is the one. Whenever the drawer is liable, yes, when drawee is accepted, then drawer liability is the secondary liability. Drawee is not accepted, then drawer liability is the primary liability. This is the basic. Check point of view, drawer liability always primary. No, I draw the check. You can bank pay you to pay. I am only liable. I am the primary liability party in case of check. Okay. Then acceptance. What is the liability of a drawee? Drawee का liability क्या है sir? The drawer for damages of a reputation. Yes. So here we are discussed about the check is dishonor. So when check is dishonor, whenever insufficient funds or whenever non-acceptance means whenever the signature is not matched, amount is not like that, at that point of situation, check is dishonor. But everything is correct. Funds are there, everything, but banker wrongfully dishonor my check. So whenever as a businessman, my check is dishonor, how much loss of my reputation? In this scenario, this is nothing but means in this scenario, the damages are required, damages are incurred, my reputation is lost, my business is lost. Then drawings banker is liable to the loss of reputation. Okay. Liability of maker or not acceptor of the bill. Primary liability, obviously. Okay. Clear? Draw is a drawer liability, sir. He is liable for loss of reputation. Then he is paying in some circumstances. Liability of maker of the note, no, promissory note maker. What is the liability of the maker? Primary liability. Primary liability as soon as accept and deliver. Liability of the endorser. Instrument is dishonor, then liability. Otherwise, is not liable. Clear, sir? This is nothing but various concepts related to the